Me name is old McGregor and I lead this Baker band. Although we're few in number, we're the finest in the land. We sing at wakes and weddings and at every fancy ball. But when we sing for the Good Shepherd benefit, we sing the best of all. Oh, farewell, my own true love, honey, I'm gonna go away and leave you, never to see you again, never gonna see you again. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, so long forever. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. We all fall for some girl that dresses neat, some girl that's got big feet. We meet her on the street, and we'll join thee. Our married boots to the altar, just like we lambs to slaughter. When it's over, although we get good, that's the days we then recall. Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, merchant, chief. We are bound for goodbye, my Coney Island, baby. Farewell, my own true love, honey. I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never see you again, never gonna see you again. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, hasta la vista. Boom, boom, goodbye, my Coney Island, goodbye, my Coney Island, goodbye, my Coney Island, boy. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful.
Toast time?
What? What are you doing?
I'd like to make a toast.
She's dinging the side of her tongue.
Oh, mine's over there.
Are you trying to get people's
Hey.
attention?
You would know. Living with her all these years.
I would.
And that's trying to get
I
people's
don't want a
attention.
picture of your... Thank you.
If you bring Doris in here, I'd appreciate it. She's right there.
She's there.
Well, there she is. Yes. I'd like to make a toast to Doris.
Yay!
Thank you. Not only for the delicious meal that she has prepared this evening, but for all of the years and time that she allowed her husband to spend with us.
Yeehaw! Here, here.
Well, that's a nice toast. That's a
Cheers.
nice toast.
Not to mention keeping
Are
your
you through with your plate?
small mention.
Thank you. You're very kind. In 1935, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer produced a movie called Naughty Marietta, and it starred a couple named Nelson Eddy and Jeanette MacDonald, and it launched them into stardom, and they were soon America's favorite singing duo. And they sang songs like this. Ah, sweet mystery of life, at last I found thee. Ah, at last I know the secret of it all. Ah, the longing, seeking, striving, waiting, yearning, the idle hope, the joy and burning tears that fall. Thank you. No rendition of Nelson and Jeanette would be complete without the famous ooh-ooh song, the Indian Love Call. This, of course, takes place in a musical called Rose-Marie. The music was written by Frimmel, but it concerns the antics of, well, let's see, Nelson Eddy's a Canadian Mountie, and Jeanette MacDonald's a famous opera star, and she comes to Canada looking for her brother, who's run askance of the law somehow. And she meets Nelson, and of course they fall in love, and the brother is kind of a problem, but the brother is played by, you remember all this, don't you? The brother is played by a very young James Stewart. But at any rate, here we go on Indian Love Call. When Malone Lagoon stars in the spring, welcoming home some swanny white wing. When the maiden moon, riding the sky, gathers her star, I dream children nigh.
That is the time of the moon in the year, when love dreams to Indian maidens appear. And this is the song that they hear. When I'm calling you,
I will answer too. That means I offer my love to you, to be my own. If you refuse me, I will be blue and waiting all alone. But if when you hear my love call ringing clear, and I hear your answering echo so dear, then I will know our love will come true. You belong to me, I belong to you. Bum, 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 can't get her started, can't get her started. She won't turn over for me. It's a song about a car. Her lines are by Fisher, her body's a sport. She won't do much on a gallon of gas, but raise hell on a quart, and yet I can't get her started, can't get her started. That's what the trouble can be.
Oh, don't worry, Doris.
I think it's an A7 chord. I stepped on the starter and choked her again. greased her transmission and checked her rear end, and yet I can't get her started. Can't get her started. She won't turn over for me. Anyway, it's a joyful, festive holiday. People give presents and they laugh and sing and have a good time. We're going to do a couple of Hanukkah tunes for you. Actually, they're from when we used to have a whole bunch of people singing, but we've tried to rearrange things a little bit here and hope for the best. Right, girls? Right, get up here so I can hide behind you. Bye bye. You have to tell everybody. I can't remember all those words. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, celebrate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, celebrate. Here's one called Hanarat Hallelujah. I don't know what it means for sure, but it's a fun song. Right? Yabba-bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum. Yabba-bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum.
There'll be kindled and candles remembering the days of old. Lights full of mystery, sparks from the battles brave and bold. Raising the story of ancient glory, back a piece of art to worship free. Still standing by our soul, but Matthias, all she faithful, come with me. As each night we had one night, we had a prayer that freedom is for all. For you know we keep them holy, till the age are thrilling great and small.
Yabba-bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, bim, bum, Okay. If you want to eat, it's time. I didn't teach you that. There's just one other thing, and you didn't expect me to let you go without doing a little something myself, did you? Captive audience here and everything. So,
called This Is All I Ask. As I approach the prime of my life, I find I have the time of my life, learning to enjoy at my leisure all the simple pleasures, and so I happily conceive. This is all I ask. This is all I need. Beautiful girls, walk a little slower when you walk by. Lingering sunsets, stay a little longer by the lonely sea. Children everywhere, when you shoot at bad men, shoot at me. Take me to that strange enchanted land. Grown-ups seldom understand. Wandering rainbows, leave a little color for my heart to know. Stars in the sky, make my wish come true before the night has flown, and let the music play as long as there's a song to sing, and I will stay younger than spring. Wandering rainbows, leave a little color for my heart to own. Stars in the sky, make my wish come true before the night has flown, and let the music play as long as there's a song to sing, and I will stay younger, and I will stay younger, and I will stay younger than spring.
You know what it means when it hangs over your belt like this, doesn't it? It means you got at least 20 head. 20 head. Yeah.
You know what you get when you play a cowboy song backwards, don't you?
What do you get when you play a cowboy song backwards? No, I sure don't know that.
You get your job, your wife, and your truck back.
All he really wanted was the truck. Let her rip, Miller.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness, till boredom overtook us and he began to speak. He said,
Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, by knowing what their cards were, by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice.
So I handed him my bottle. He drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night grew deathly quiet. His face lost all expression. He said,
If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em,
when to hold 'em,
know when to fold 'em,
when to fold 'em,
know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done.
When he'd finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out a cigarette, and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, that gambler, he broke even. And in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep.
You got to know when to hold 'em,
When to hold 'em,
know when to fold 'em,
when to fold 'em,
know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done. When the dealing is done. When the dealing is done.
Besides Janine Shoemaker, is anybody here from Texas? I'm sorry. Has anybody driven through Texas? Yeah, I'm sorry about that too. Because if you ever have driven through Texas, you know that two things about Texas will drive you crazy. No matter where you are in Texas, no matter what radio station you turn on, they all sound something like this.
Tell 'em.
Howdy, howdy, friends and neighbors. Old Emmer Dudley here on KRUD, that's Crud Radio in Amarillo, Texas, with the #1 song, yes indeed, the #1 song on the hit parade this week. It's a song requested by Miss Emily Grande Dale, North Texas. Now, poor Miss Grande, she's been reporting a little case of the old arthritis, but we hope she'll be stomping along at the foot anyways. And now the #1 song, yes indeed, the #1 song on the hit parade this week. It's a sad song entitled Heart. Told you that I loved you. You said you understood. Well, I called you my darling.
I thought
I always would. But now you've gone and left me. I don't know what to do. And so, my little darling, I write these words to you. You done stomped on my heart, and you matched that sucker flat. You just sorta stomped on my aorta. You started going out with guys, I felt us drift apart. And every step that you took
was a stomp
upon my heart. Take it away, man.
Now I only hope that someday you get them low-down blues. And when you're sitting in that fancy honky-tonk, you look down at them there shoes. Think about that tender heart that you crushed beneath them soles. Ah, yes, with those clot-busting stoppers, you left this heart so full of holes.
You done stomped on my heart, and you mashed that sucker flat. You just sorta stomped on my aorta. Started going out with guys, I felt us drift apart. And every step that you took
Was a stomp
upon my heart.
You're very kind. Kind of dumb, but you're very kind. I'm going to sing one more. It's a song that I used to sing for a lot of weddings down in Brush. And it's called Because. Some of you are here today. Because you come to me enjoyed seeing you all. And of course, the prime mover behind everything is Dory. Thank you, Dory. Yeah, I picked a good one there. I want you to know that there's some people here from Torrington where I met Doris. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Right.
Car to drive around heaven. The next guy came up and he said, "How you doing there?" He said, "Have you ever been unfaithful to your wife?" And he said, "Well, yeah, once is all." I said, "Well, that's not too bad." He says, "You can have this mid-sized car to drive around." The next guy came up and said, "Hello there." He says, "Have you ever been unfaithful to your wife?" And he said, "No, no, I never have. I never have, really." And the guy said, "Wonderful." P. St. Peter said, "Wonderful. Because you can have this luxury car to drive around." So the guy took off in his big luxury car, happy as can be. A little while later, he came back and he was just crying to beat the band. St. Peter said, "What's the matter with you?" He said, "You got a great big luxury car to drive. What's your problem?" He says, "Well, I just saw my wife drive by in a moped."
Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from the big bad boss. Show me that stream called the River Jordan. That's the old stream that I aims to cross. Oh, man, river, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways,
Merry Christmas.
Christmas is sherry,
Merry
Christmas is hairy. Merry Christmas to you. To you. We should synchronize our vibrato.
Very nice. Such a
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes